Hey, g'day everyone. Hey, it's Tanner again. Hey, thanks for the good feedback on my story and all that sort of stuff. I've sort of tossed up what to start talking about first, and I've chosen the principles of good health. This is sort of the framework you've got to work around to be well, I guess. And my first knowledge of it was as the 5 principles of good health. Later became 7, and look, and I believe there's 8 that principles of good health. The first 5, I think, are essential. So they're the ones that ensure that the organism, so your body, is in good physical shape inside and outside, or well, healthy shape, I'll say, not physical shape. And the first principle I'd like to talk about is air or oxygen. Whilst I was on my healing, I did breathing exercises and learnt the value of air. And I don't know if you remember, I mentioned the peroxide treatment, which is an oxygen therapy. Look, I think that's a good thing. There's a book called The 1 Minute Cure by a chick named Madison Kavanagh. I think it's like Cavanagh or something like that. And it outlines the regime you have to go through to I guess oxygenate your body, especially if you're drinking crap water and all that sort of stuff, and you're probably not exercising like an Olympic athlete. So it's good to get the extra oxygen in. Oxygen is the fuel that runs the mitochondria in your cells. So cellular fuel which is what you want, because at the base of everything, or at the guts of everything, is cellular health. And I'll get further into that another time. But basically, to adapt these principles is to get your cells working well, to get from a minute level. So the peroxide is good. Look, and we use down in the clinic where Kate worked, my wife and I own a colon hydrotherapy clinic, and we use an ozone treatment as well, which is good for pain relief and lots of other stuff. Helps you release lots of bullshit out of your system, and it's pretty good. Certainly makes you feel better. I've done the peroxide regime, so it's starts out like 3 drops of water in 3 drops of 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide in a glass of good water 3 times a day. Then you do 4 drops, then 5 drops, and you work way up to 25 drops 3 times a day. And then I think after a couple of weeks you go back to 25 drops twice a day for a couple of weeks, and then you wean yourself back down to a maintenance dose. Look, I did it originally to get rid of my hepatitis C. It didn't work. Now I know that it would never have worked, because it was basically feeding the virus, because it was making my body more oxygenated. But look, I lost weight and I felt terrific, and I've read a lot of reviews from elderly people and spoke to other people that have done it, and they've certainly got some benefits out of it. And look, just FYI too, I got rid of the hepatitis C a couple of years ago by doing it with white man's medicine. So I did the Harvoni treatment, which worked. So it's gone. It's been gone for a couple of years. So modern medicine isn't completely lost. It's just lost its way. So look, that's air, and I put air as number 1, as one of the essentials, because 5 minutes without air and you're dead. Everything else you can live without for a fair while: food, water, exercise, sunshine, all that sort of stuff. The next essential I'm going to talk about is water. Now, water is life. I certainly have lived just on water. Well, not lived, but existed just on water while my body repaired itself. You need to be hydrated in most cases, as far as I'm aware. I have heard of people called breatharians. I actually met one a few years ago up in Brisbane. She was a fairly amazing lady, actually, and I had no reason to doubt what she went through. She certainly mentioned that it became quite hallucinogenic, or she was quite taken aback by the visions and that she was getting, and she went back to her normal life. But she told me she went for 3 months without water. So anyway, that's something for them, I guess. I can't really see the good in it for whatever reason, you know. Look, I don't want to concentrate on numbers. They say you should drink a litre of good water for every 22 kilos of body weight. Yeah, you know, you should drink a few litres every day if you can, but it needs to be good water too. You know, the crap out of the tap. You know, tap water's got, in a lot of places, got fluoride. You know, it's classified as a something to do with, messes up your brain, and chlorine, which has been linked to heart attacks and strokes since the 60s. So you really need to not drink tap water if you can avoid it. And bottled water is okay. If you can get a good filter or an alkalizer machine, that's the way to go. Or good old rainwater, mate. I'm fortunate here where I live. I've got rainwater coming out the taps, so life's pretty good as far as water for me goes. You can get filters too for your shower head, because in the same token, the skin is your largest organ, and believe it or not, you take a lot of stuff through your skin, so you need to be showering in clean water as well. So you can get a filter that takes the crap out of the water as well. You put on your shower head, or you can filter the whole house. There's heaps of ways you could do it, and look, I know it costs a couple of bucks, but it's well worth it in the long run. Neurotoxin, that's what fluoride is, classified by the whatever it is, the big knobs over in Europe. Look, and I've watched a movie about water which touted some real good benefits out of activated water. I've certainly come across machines that tout ionised water and alkaline water and all that sort of stuff. But I just use a Zazen filter, so that just runs through the 5 stages into a canister with rocks in the bottom that do something, alkalise the water or help stabilise the alkalinity or something. But look, it's adequate. I'm still surviving, and when I do my water fast, that's the water I use, so it's pretty good. There is some Anagic water as well, Kangen water and all that sort of stuff. Kate has a client who is fairly old, and he's getting some magnificent results as far as heart health and health of his organs that he's been having trouble with for years. And I've met him, and I've certainly spoken to him a few times. He seems fairly fit and healthy. He's nearly 80, and he's up and about, looking a lot younger than 80. So it might be something you want to look into too. But I don't know much about it. I'm certainly going to look into it myself at some stage, but I'm not going to advocate it until I know better, I guess. I'm certainly not going to lead you guys astray. I'm just trying to keep it simple. Look, and the next principle, I think, is sunshine. So the most important thing you can do outside is be out in the sun, is get sun on your skin, all of it, especially in your eyes. I know I still do it, and I reckon most of you guys will do it. When you walk outside in the sun, as soon as you get sunlight in your eyes, you start sneezing. That, believe it or not, is your body going into full production of vitamin D, and that is the bomb. Now, to get vitamin D manufactured going inside you, need a really good supply of calcium and magnesium, but not calcium out of milk. It's a waste of time drinking milk. I'll talk about that some other time. But at the end of the day, the calcium you get out of milk is secondhand. Cows get it from the grass. If you have a good green diet, you'll have plenty of calcium in you, and you need to get the sun on you. So I use guasha, so I wash pretty much every time. So every other day I'll have a shower. I don't rush into the shower all the time. There's lots of good bacteria you need to keep on yourself, and your natural skin oils will look after you pretty good. So when I do bathe, I use gua sha, which is bicarb, sodium bicarb, and triple distilled vodka. Just some cheap vodka you buy down at the bottle-o. You mix it up so it's like roughly the consistency of toothpaste, I guess. Have it in a big jar. Keep it sealed, of course, because the alcohol dissipates. And give yourself a good wash with that. Like jump in the shower, get wet, and like jump out of the shower and wash your whole body down. I started with loofahs. I don't use a loofah now. I just a couple of small handfuls does your whole body if you sort of work it in the right sequence. Jump back in the water, rinse it all off, mate, and you've never felt cleaner. Never felt cleaner. It's just unbelievable. And you can get out in the sun. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you to get out between 10 and 2. No good going out cooking yourself. Like, get out for half an hour before 10 o'clock, half an hour after 2, with as few clothes on as you can. Get sun on your whole body, especially in your eyes, and get the vitamin D going. Vitamin D is essential for good health, and calcium. The calcium intake, the vitamin D helps, is pretty much the building stones or the glue that holds us together, and we need it. We need it very, very badly. Just on a side note there, skin cancer. People will be saying, oh, what about skin cancer, 97% of skin cancer is caused by the sun's reaction to something you've put on yourself. And we smash all this crap on trying to stop the sun coming in, all these sunscreens and shit. When you Google the contents of the sunscreen, like on Chemical Maze or something like that, and they're all carcinogenic. So we just coat ourselves with carcinogenic crap so the sun can react in it and cause cancer again. I mean, the old slip, slop, slap started in the 70s, and skin cancer went up. My logic says that's not good. But we just keep believing the government. Yeah, you beauty, no drama. Let's keep smashing this shit on and dying all over the show. And on another side note there's a black self. If you do get a little bit of a spot somewhere that's a bit sus, track down some black self. One application, mate. And if it doesn't react, it's not cancer. If it does react, it'll kill it. It's pretty simple and it's pretty good shit. There's a few names for it, but if you Google it and read some of the reviews, proper reviews, you'll be onto it. But you can make it out of shit out of your cupboard, so it's pretty good. But look, the guts. What I'm trying to say here, the guts of it here is sunshine, mate. Sunshine on the body is essential. It's one of the kickstarters to help your body on a cellular level be super healthy and super cool. The next one I want to touch on is exercise. Now, as you can see, I'm not a gym junkie, and you don't need to be. You need to get half an hour to an hour exercise in to move your lymph. So you got lymph in your body. So, and I know a lot of people are going, yeah, I do, I knew that, but some people out there don't know this, and it's your sewerage. So your sewer system doesn't have a pump, so it doesn't have a heart like your blood does. And there's more lymph in us than there is blood. And the lymph system is responsible for carrying away the muck and the rubbish of our bodies. So you can exercise. So body movement pumps lymph around, you know what I mean? We've got a vibrating machine, which certainly gets it moving, no drama. And look, if there's people out there that have got some of these lymphomas and all that sort of stuff, and even breast cancers and all that sort of stuff, now they're all lymph related. So movement is one of the best treatments you can do, one of the best natural things and easiest things you can do to get shit going on there, you know. And I guess, and with lymphatic conditions too, you need to be on a green, you need to be alkaline, you need to be greening out on the green juices and all that sort of stuff. I will talk about them soon. That's that for that. Yeah, look, another point I've written down here is obviously acid alkaline. So over-exercise and makes lactic acid, so you work it out. You don't need to bust your ass and make yourself acidic all the time, but you do need to be moving. And the last one, and I think this is probably the most interesting one, because everyone will just be, but it's raw, whole, plant-based foods. Absolutely essential for acid alkaline, for not developing things like cancer and diabetes and heart disease and all this autoimmune crap that goes on. It's all related to our lifestyle, what we eat and how we live and all that sort of stuff. And it's preventable in a big way, and also beneficial. If you're fighting a condition, you need to really, really include a raw, whole foods, plant-based diet at least 80% of the time. Now that's my explanation. My logic to that is, or you get a piece of fruit, or you get a vegetable. They're full of what they call phytonutrients and phytochemicals and enzymes, raw living enzymes. Now our DNA matches just about everything on the planet. So if you can imagine, we stop, or enzyme production in our body starts slowing down. We're about 25, so it gets less and less and less over time. So it's life. And the older we get and the crooker we get and the more toxic we get, we need to introduce these enzymes and this energy from creation. So the juice of a fruit, any fruit, is the energy of creation. It wraps around a seed. There's a seed in there that it's making life. So we need to use that to top up our own lives, to make our own lives, to tune up our bodies, to replace the enzymes we're not making, or just have enzymes that we need. And look, I hear and see a lot of things about, the bananas do this, or oranges do that, or vitamin C is awesome, and this fruit is better than that fruit, and this veg is better than that veggie, mate. They're all good. They're all good. They're all probably slightly better than others. That's fine. But if you can't get them, you eat the other ones. Don't ever stop eating something because someone said, "Oh, that's not as good as that." And if you can't get that, eat that, mate. It's like raw. It's like organic or normally grown stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't get organic, you just get some good stuff, good quality, and you give it a good wash. Old apple cider vinegar. I'll touch on that later on. Give it a tub. Make sure they're clean, and you eat it. It's better than not eating it. So all these phytonutrients and phytochemicals, this is what the pharmaceutical companies are trying to synthesize. And they can make them the same, made up of the same stuff. But they're not God. They can't give it life. Not the life that you get out of the raw whole foods that gives us life, essentially, and helps us heal, helps our cells become the little clean-up engines and productive little units they're supposed to be, So we need that. We need that in our life for sure. I've got here eliminate the white. So that's flour, sugar, anything that's white. If you eat bread, you're dead. Dr. Morse. Lots of things, So white, if you get white out of it, get rid of it. I've even seen things like stevia, coconut flour, banana flour, all that sort of shit. Bananas aren't white. Coconuts aren't white. Stevia ain't white. If it's processed, don't eat it. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? Get rid of sugar, processed food, red meat, especially red meat, and chicken. Anything that bleeds, really. All meat, really, and no dairy. Shouldn't be drinking milk. Shouldn't be eating cheese. Although I can't help it, I eat a bit of cheese still. But these are things that you gotta stop. You gotta stop, mate. And the only thing worse than eating sugar is smoking. And if you're trying to be healthy and you're still smoking, mate, don't bother. Got to get rid of the bungers, mate. They're no good. No good at all. Look, and that's the five, what I think are the 5 essential principles of life. So that's air, water, sunshine, raw whole foods, and exercise. And getting back to the air, I didn't mention some breathing exercises too. You can get good breathing exercises on the internet. When I was overseas, we did the 7 rounds of 7 with Tyler Tolman, which are pretty good. So it's you breathe in for 7 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, breathe out for 7 seconds, and you do that 7 times. And it just helps fill up your lungs, gets everything oxygenated, you know. So something I thought I should touch on before I finish up. And look, I've sort of written here, if you've got cancer or diabetes or rheumatoid arthritis or any of these immunodramas or immune deficiencies or these autoimmune shit and all that sort of stuff, these 5 principles are essential. You need to be doing them 100% of the time to at least give yourself a start. Before you do these, well, you should need to be doing these all the time, but to give yourself a good kickstart, you need to probably do a 7-day fast, a water fast, to reset your immune system and basically clean everything out. Give everything a little bit of a tub, give it a wash, give it a rinse, and then start treating it like it's king. And that should certainly help. If you don't have any of those issues, you should try and be at least 80%. 80% of those five principles you need to be living by them. You need to be trying to embrace it. And look, it's not easy. Look, I'm hoping in this series I can help simplify things. I've got a funny feeling I'm not, but look, it's essential. You want to live longer, you need to embrace those 5. Now, look, the last 3 are 4 in here. So, look, and the first one is love. Look, I can't emphasise how important you need to have love in your life, and you need to receive it and you need to give it. Look, I've met some people that seem to be able to live without it. I thought I could, but I certainly can't, and it's very, very nice to be surrounded by it in a lot of cases, and to feel it from sort of everywhere, which is really cool. And it could be anything, mate. And I get a buzz now just a random acts of kindness. And it's nice to have them visited on you from every now and again, which is cool as. But just be good to people. People are generally pretty good back. They're always receptive, Some people seem to dwell on being a-holes, but that's them. That's their bag. They'll probably die young. And let go of toxic people. People can sort of have the best intentions, but seem to push the wrong buttons a lot. I certainly had some in my life. Now I haven't got rid of them, but you tend to keep them at a bit of an arm's length now. Which is, I still love them. They're awesome. So I've got some good friends that are a bit testy, but they're awesome. Look, and stay in the moment. Don't. If something happened yesterday that was a bit shit, forget about it, mate. If you've done everything you can to make the shit smell like flowers, that's all you can do. Move on. When you dwell on shit that happened in the past, you live in the past and it owns you. You need to live in the moment. You need to seize the day, live for now, and plan a bit for tomorrow. But let tomorrow come. Let tomorrow materialise and deal with it how you see fit. If your heart's good, everything will be good. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your body. Have faith in your ability to heal, be cool, and everything should be okay. Look, the next one is passion. You need to have a passion in your life. I am passionate about cars and bikes and my family, and a few other things. You might like to collect stamps or collect belly button fuzz out of celebrities' belly buttons, or bottle tops or whatever. But have something you can, I guess, apply yourself to take you away from stuff. It's it's cool. It's cool, and it certainly frees up your mind, and it's a good thing. And the last one, look, is good sleep. Good sleep is very beneficial, and you need to obviously empty your mind when you go to sleep. So it's all about good sleep. I'm not going to say you need to get 8 hours a day. What you need to do is get good sleep. Go to bed and wake up when you wake up. If you wake up after 6 hours, that's your body saying wake up. You wake up after 10 hours, that's your body saying wake up. So it'll tell you. Trust in your body. Trust in your body. So that's it. So that's my 8 principles of good health. It's certainly holding me in good stead. Life's going on pretty good, and my main aim, of course, is to let you guys know that and eliminate the need for you to go to the doctor. And if you've got these good principles going on and trust in yourself, mate, you'll be able to take charge of your own health in no time. And that's what we've got to do. Own up. Don't point the finger at someone else. Your health is your responsibility, and you can do it. Thanks for watching.